Hey everybody, Ashton here with Gents with another fragrance review. Today we're taking a look at a brand new release from the house of Prada, which is one of my favorite houses. That fragrance is Rossa Carbon, which has a very strong similarity to Dior Sauvage. Also guys, just want to let you know, I did start a Patreon. There is a link in the description if you're interested. A few people have messaged me over the past couple months asking how they could best support the channel. I didn't have a Patreon, so I got around to setting one up. I'm going to try to do some cool things on there, Decant giveaways, polls, live chats, stuff like that. So if you're interested, please check that out. And if you do decide to support me through there, thank you. All right, guys, let's check out this presentation. I've always been a fan of the Rossa bottles. This one is no different. So you can see on the box here, it's got kind of a matte finish into a textured finish at the bottom. Name of the house, fragrance, size, and concentration. There's nothing on the sides, not much on the back. On the top, there's just a stripe. On the bottom, ingredients and batch code punched into the box right there. The bottle looks very cool. Has a matte black finish at the bottom where it says Carbon. Name of the house here with the red stripe. On the back, you will actually find your badge code right up here. It's etched into the glass right at the top. On the bottom, there's no sticker. This is actually printed onto the bottle, as you can see there. The atomizer does come with like a little plastic cap when you buy this new, but honestly, I just throw it away. It looks better without it. Sprays very well. That's the presentation for Prada Rossa Carbon. I really, really like it. Now, I want to clarify this a little bit. There are a lot of fragrances that get compared to Sauvage, just like there are a lot of fragrances that get compared to Bleu de Chanel, stuff like Mr. Burberry. And it's true that those fragrances can be in the same vein, the same ballpark, the same style of fragrance. But when I say that Rossa Carbon has a strong similarity to Dior Sauvage, I mean they legitimately have a very strong similarity. It's not that they're in the same ballpark, they're very similar. You get bergamot and pepper off the top with this, and it's very similar to Sauvage. Very, very similar. It's not quite as spicy. It's a little bit more fresh, a little bit more clean. As the fragrance goes on, it's ever so slightly powdery, and I mean just the tiniest, tiniest little bit. So those are a couple of differences in this fragrance as compared to Sauvage. This one, to me, comes across maybe a little more refined, a little more laid back, a little more relaxed than Sauvage. Right away, you can tell that ambroxan is the main note, just like Sauvage. It's metallic, but it's refreshing. It's fresh. It's super, super ultra easy to wear. And that's where Sauvage caught a lot of hate. And if this fragrance catches any hate, that's probably what it's going to come from being super similar to Sauvage and being ultra easy to wear. One thing that this release has that Sauvage does not have is that touch of lavender that's kind of been a mainstay of the Rossa line. You do pick up a little bit of that in Carbon. It's not a ton, it's not an overwhelming amount of lavender, and it's not even really what I would consider one of the main notes, since ambroxan, that metallic note, and bergamot off the top are so overwhelming as compared to most of the other notes here. But you do pick up that nuance of lavender, which kind of keeps this in the Rossa line. It's really nice, honestly. I enjoy it. There are also notes of soil and coal in this fragrance, so you would think that it would come across maybe harsh or dirty or earthy, something like that. And they do have the, dark black matte along the bottom of the bottle, which looks pretty cool, but it really doesn't. You can pick up a little bit of what they're passing off as soil and coal, but you pick it up more if you smell really close to where you've sprayed on. So if you spray on the fragrance and, 15 minutes later, put your nose close to where you sprayed, smell pretty deeply, you can pick up that little nuance of like turned soil. It's not really dirty, it's hard to kind of describe it, but if you smell it, you'll know what I'm talking about. That being said, in the scent cloud around you, nobody's really going to be able to pick that up. It's something that you pick up closer in. So lately, I've been trying to purchase more and more new fragrances, new designer releases, to kind of bring those to you guys to see what's worth checking out, maybe what's not worth checking out. In all honesty, of all of the new ones that I've been purchasing here lately, the new designer releases, this one is my favorite. It honestly, really, truly is. I like it more than Pie Air. I like it more than Armani Code Colonia. I like it more than Light Blue Eau Intense. I like it more than Mr. Burberry Eau de Parfum. I like it more than Cryptomint. I like it more than most any of the new designer releases that have come out recently. Longevity for me is pretty good. It's not insane. I get around 8 hours, but I'll take that. That's perfectly fine with me. Projection is a little more moderate than with Sauvage. With Sauvage, I can get some really good projection going. It performs really, really well. Luna Rossa is a little bit more understated than Sauvage, but at worst, it would be considered a moderate to slightly above average performer, and that's at worst. Season-wise, for me, this is going to slot into those super versatile fragrances, just like Sauvage is. So I could wear this year-round, honestly. And it's also one you can wear day or night, because Sauvage works well as a night out scent, and it works well as a casual fragrance or in the office or something like that. So this is a daytime fragrance, a nighttime fragrance, and all-season fragrance. And obviously, if this smells so similar to Sauvage, you can guess it does get you compliments. It gets compliments fairly easily, just like Sauvage does. So if you wear Sauvage and pull compliments, it'll be the same with this one. If you're looking for a compliment getter, versatile type fragrance, you should check this one out because it will not disappoint you there. So rating wise, I'm going to give Luna Rossa Carbon an 8 out of 10. The only thing I can really knock this on is that it very, very obviously has taken the Sauvage DNA and just made a few tweaks here and there, and then been released as basically Prada's version of Dior's fragrance. It's really, really nice. It's really well done. I can't fault it on anything except for that. All right, guys, that's my take on Luna Rossa Carbon. Like I said, it's basically a more refined, laid back, slightly more fresh, slightly more clean version of Sauvage. It has a little bit of a lavender undertone, and there are little changes here and there, but it's super similar. So if you like Sauvage, you will like Luna Rossa Carbon. Is it possibly a redundant purchase if you own Sauvage? Yeah, it is. So I would check it out first if you can, you know, just to see if it's something you want to go full bottle on. But if you don't have Sauvage, honestly, at this point, I'd rather be wearing Luna Rossa Carbon. So if you don't own Sauvage, maybe check this one out first. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.